So as long as you use it reasonably, you use it like a normal person would use creatine, creatine will be very good for you and definitely help you out in the gym. Hey there, Coach Devin here. Let's talk a little bit about creatine. Creatine is a pretty well-known supplement. It's probably one of the most studied supplements out there. You hear about creatine quite often. It used to be a huge buzzword back in the 90s. People talked about creatine. You're going to get huge and jacked with creatine. That is not necessarily true. Creatine is not going to make you enormous. Creatine is not going to make you huge. For the ladies out there, it's not going to make you big and thick. Creatine will help you to grow muscle. There's no question about that. It definitely helps to grow muscle. It helps you to have more power out of every exercise. So if you're talking bodybuilding, powerlifting, that type of thing, creatine helps with energy burst in your ability to lift something quickly and aggressively in a short term. It doesn't really help with long term. If you're a runner, creatine won't help you insofar as running distance. It's not something that's going to help with that side of your body. But creatine 100% will help you with your strength. You will be able to put on a little bit of muscle with creatine, so it's helpful for that. And creatine actually helps with brain function as well. There's a number of new studies out there that say for everybody, including aging adults, creatine helps with brain function, allows your brain to work better. Now, that is not enormously surprising because, let's be honest, creatine is a natural substance that your body uses on a regular basis. It's not new. It's not exciting. Creatine has been, like I said, out there for a long time. Darren Burke did a ton of information and a ton of studies, I should say, on creatine in the 90s and early 2000s. Darren is a really smart guy, lives here in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and it knows his stuff about creatine. I've known Darren a long time, and I used to train Darren, actually. And what Darren came to believe, and what everybody now believes, is creatine is actually something that is very helpful for you. So, men, women, anybody can use creatine. The only problems you're going to run into creatine is if you take too much of it, you could have some kidney function problems. Now, that just means dosing reasonably. 5 milligrams of creatine is more than enough. Says it right on. Comes with a scooper. You don't need to put 4 or 5 scoops in there. You don't need to load creatine at the beginning of a creatine cycle. In fact, you can just use creatine on an ongoing basis. It won't hurt you any at all. So for those of you out there who want to gain some muscle, want to have more energy and strength while you're working out, those type of things, creatine is very helpful for you. It will do a lot of good for you. So I would highly recommend it. I've used creatine for a long time. I find it very helpful for my ability to work hard. I find it very helpful in my ability to keep muscle on because I'm a guy that tends to be kind of thin. My family is tall and thin. I didn't get the height side of things, but I'm definitely one of the thinner people. Genetically, I would be one of the thinner people, so it's a lot of work for me to keep muscle on. Creatine definitely helps with that. Creatine in general, a very good thing to use. It also helps, like I said, with cognitive function in aging adults and all adults. Across the board, creatine is a healthy thing to use. Don't get scared off by it for some of the literature you've read or people saying, oh, it's going to give you kidney problems or something like that. That's not necessarily true. So as long as you use it reasonably, you use it like a normal person would use creatine, creatine will be very good for you and definitely help you out in the gym to help you be stronger, gain a little bit of muscle. It won't make you fat. It will not make you bulky. It's got a lot of positive qualities, and in reality, the worst case scenario, if you took too much of it, you get some kidney problems and some diarrhea. And nobody wants kidney problems and diarrhea, right? So just take it reasonably, read this out of the bottle, use the scooper, don't use too much, and you'll be happy with your results on creatine. I can promise you that. If you have questions, comments, things you want me to talk about here on YouTube, I try to make videos that will help people health and fitness wise. I've been doing this for 28 years now, almost 29 years. I'm getting close to 29 years now. I owned a gym for almost 12 years. So you know what? I do this because I love it. So you know what? Anything I can do to help, just let me know. Write it in the comments down below. Have yourself an amazing day, everybody. Don't fight.